controlling. Fine. So I am sharing the screen now. Okay, fine. So my SAP screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So regarding the document splitting is concerned, document splitting is a very important concept in SAP ECC6 and onwards. So this concept is also still there in S4 HANA because it has lots of utilities. But for document splitting, we have to activate the controlling area. We have to activate the costing. Till now, we don't have activated the basic costing customization or controlling customization. So first of all, we will do the basic customizations of controlling. See, in SAP, actually, uh, FICO module, it is regarded as a single module. But from the certification point of view, FI or financials is a different module, and controlling or costing, that is a different module from certification point of view. And in controlling, like financial accounting, in controlling also we create basic organizational structure. In financial accounting, the most important organizational structure was company code, right? That was the most important organizational structure, and it was company code was linked with the group company, or we call it company. Okay, so that was the most important organizational structure in SAP Financials. Similarly, in costing, the topmost organizational structure in costing or cost accounting or controlling is controlling area, right? Controlling area is the organizational structure which is the base of costing or controlling. So any organization where cost records are maintained or profitability analysis, standard costing, those things depends on the controlling area. And the controlling area is linked with the company code, right? Suppose there is a company code which wants to implement costing module or controlling module. So in this case, the first decision will be whether particular one company code will do its own costing, or many company codes combinedly will do the cost accounting in a single controlling area. That is also one of the scenario when more than one company code, they will be having a single controlling area. So under that single controlling area, many company code will operate. Okay, but that is a very complicated scenario in fact, because and that kind of scenario only works where the semi finished goods is produced by a company code, and those are finally assembled or finally produced by another company code, and everybody are under a particular group. Everybody will be having same fiscal year variant or financial year variant, then these things will be possible. Chart of accounts will be also very similar. So that is a typical scenario, but we will follow one company code is equal to one controlling area. So for demonstration, we will straightforward go to the creation of basic organizational structure in controlling. Okay, fine. So I will go to the enterprise structure. System is slow today. So we will go to the definitions. Then under the definition, we will go to the controlling, right? And under controlling, the first one is maintain controlling area. Click on the clock button, maintain controlling area. Okay, so here there are three options: copy, delete, check controlling area. Then second one is maintain controlling area, and third one is delete SAP delivery data. That means deleting of data which is delivered by SAP. We are not going to copy from one existing controlling area, but we will maintain a controlling area. So click on maintain controlling area. We are not going to copy from anything. We will create it from zero or scratch. Okay, so there are many controlling area actually which is there. I can create my own controlling area. Okay, so this is the screen where I can create the controlling area, or that is also another. Actually, even if I create my controlling area here, but some other things I have to depend on some other area to create. Better I will go to that area and create the controlling area, because in addition to creation of the controlling area, there are some more informations which are required. So better let us try it to create here itself controlling. Okay, so instead of that basic settings, let us go to the controlling, click on the general controlling, because I see that some more informations relating to my controlling area is missing, right? So better to create the controlling area from here itself. That under the controlling, general controlling, organization, and under the organization there will maintain controlling area, maintain number range for controlling document, and maintain versions. First of all, I will create the most important organizational structure, that is maintain controlling area. Same three options are coming. Click on maintain controlling area, right? So previously that was only one folder. Now there are additional two folders are available, so more options are here. So it is better to create the basic settings of the controlling area from this node only, right? So now I will click on the new entries button, right? So it is asking what is the name of your controlling area, right? So I will give the same name which is exactly same with my name of the company code. So better I will click on the controlling area is equal to company code. So I will give the company code identification 7200 and put enter. Once I click on 7200 enter, then everything was copied. What are the basic information which is relating to my company code in FI, that was automatically copied here. So what are the basic configurations? The name is obviously copied. Even if the controlling area is 7200, the same name is there which is equal to my company code. That is the name of the controlling area. Here a tick mark is appearing. Any screen or any field, if there is a tick mark, that means it is a compulsory area, right? So here, okay, another thing is there, person responsible. Entire costing department may be having the responsibility of a certain person. So the name of the person can be written here, person responsible, but I am just avoiding this. This is not mandatory. Then here is the assignment control. What is assignment? So assignment means the name assignment is very familiar. We are very familiar with the assignment because previously we have many assignments, like assignment of field status variant with the company code, assignment of chart of accounts to the company code, okay, assignment of fiscal year variant to the company code. So many things were there. Here also there is a similar kind of assignment. So what are the options here? Let us see. There are two options. Controlling area same as company code, cross company code cost accounting. That means in the first scenario, every company code will be having own controlling area. Second one is many company codes will work under one controlling area, and that is called cross company code cost accounting. It is a very rare scenario. Normally it is preferred to have a same controlling area with the same company code, so that the closing operations in costing or controlling will be smooth and it is time bound. So I am selecting also the first scenario. Then currency type, currency, Indian rupees, everything is copied. Chart of account is copied, fiscal year variant is copied. Then next one is cost center standard hierarchy. So what is cost center standard hierarchy? Normally you know that the most important element in controlling or costing is cost center. So in any organization there may be many numbers of cost center, and the cost center may be having a hierarchy, okay, maybe production cost center, service cost center, your human resource cost center, finance cost center. There can be many cost centers. So all the cost centers, they are joined with a they operate at different hierarchy. I am giving the same name of this hierarchy, identification of my topmost of the hierarchy. Then I click on save. It is saying standard hierarchy 7200 doesn't exist. Should 7200 be created as standard hierarchy? Just click on yes. Save in your request. Okay. So now other things, these are not important. Second thing is I am coming to the second one, that is assignment of the company code. So here my controlling area name is 7200. So I will assign here or link here with my company code. So click on the new entry button. What is my company code? 7200. Then click on save. Because I am operating a single company code cost accounting, not cross company code. It is a scenario where the company code is very same with our controlling area, one-to-one scenario. Okay, so that's why I am putting this. But if in case there are 3 or 4 company codes working under a single controlling area, then those types of scenario you have to assign more and more company codes here, right? Single controlling area, but there are more and more company codes. But in our case, this is only one company code and one controlling area relation. Then you have to come to the second one, activate components. So select this 7200, that is my company code. Click on activate component or control indicator and click on the new entries, right? So once I click on the new entries, it is asking from which year your controlling or costing will be activated. Obviously my first fiscal year is 2022, that is the beginning of the books of account. So I put 2022 and enter. Once I put 2022 and enter, automatically 9999 is appearing. 9999 means 4 times 9, that is the year 9999. So it's more than 900 years ahead. So that means it is forever. Your costing or controlling area is activated forever. Then coming to the activate components. In costing or controlling, there are different components of cost accounting. First one is cost center. Cost center, it is showing as component not active. Cost center is the basic pillar of cost accounting, so we will make it component active. Similarly, we are making the checkbox activity type. You know, traditional costing was different. Traditional costing was absorption costing, but nowadays marginal costing with costing which is activity based. That means activity based costing. with marginal costing application. Those are very much prevalent all over the world. Instead of your absorption costing or total costing, we are following marginal costing with activity based costing. So we are selecting activity type indicator here. Order management, commitment management, this may not be active now. And activity based costing, here also I will put it active. See, one is component active for parallel calculation, component active for parallel and integrated calculation. That means whenever we will select the activity based costing, it has to be calculated integrated with your production planning module. So I am selecting parallel and integrated calculation. Then I will select the profit center accounting active. Cost center active and profit center will be also active. So I am selecting that. Variance is also I am activating, because any costing system without variance analysis is meaningless. So that's why I am selecting variances. So these are the components. The component which are not active, we don't have to serious about this, because uh, after all, later on also I came and activate the components which are not active now. At present, the basic things which are required for demonstration of my document splitting in financial accounting GL, general ledger accounting, the minimum things what is required in the controlling customization, I am doing this. Click on save. Once you click on save, it will say critical transport control indicator in controlling area. Don't care for the message and click on yes. Continue. Now the data was saved. So this is the basic settings I am doing in costing or controlling. Then come back. Okay. So once I come back, then come to the maintain number ranges for controlling document, right? Like in FI or financial accounting, in costing or controlling, we have to also create different number ranges for the different transaction types, right? But in case of costing, nobody creates fresh number range, but the number range is copied. So just a minute. My number range, I will copy the number range from SAP standard number company code. See, this is 1000, that is CO Europe. So already controlling is already there. So same number range we are following for my controlling area. So I click on copy as, from I give 1000 to I give 7200, click on continue. Once I click on continue, message will come. Don't care for this message. Click on continue. Right? So controlling area 1000 was copied to 7200. Right? So now I can see what are the controlling area, what are the number ranges created. So I can click here. Then I can have 7200, I can display. See, these are the number ranges which are already created. Okay, but the document is, no document is there, NR status is 0, right? So these are the different transactions for the purpose of, see how many are copied. 16 varieties of transactions are copied. So let us do it, see it again. Click on group display. So these are the group display. In the group display, already my elements, my controlling area is already activated. So here these are the different transaction types, like distribution of primary cost, calculate scrap, transfer price adjustment, distribution account, control cost, standard costing, actual overhead, activity backflows, plan split cost. So this is the second group. Second group, there is another number range. these are relating to planning, because costing, we have declared that we will implement the costing with standard costing. So there is a plan, there is a actual, and we can have the variances. And then there is a transaction type called coin. This coin is nothing but CO through posting from FI. That means whenever we will pass any transaction in FI, choosing the cost center or profit center, automatically that will flow to the costing or controlling, and the transaction is called coin. COIN. See, in SAP controlling, there are different types of transactions, variety of transactions. So for these varieties of transactions, number range are separate. That means these are the transactions for which there is a separate number range, right? See, regarding the overhead is concerned, this is the actual overhead, the transaction called KZPI, and plan overhead KZPP. In SAP, normally we in costing or controlling, there are different transaction types. So transaction types say which things are done in this transaction type: KZPI, KZPP, imputed cost, KAZI, KAZP. Similarly, actual price calculation in product costing, actual price calculation will be KSII. Similarly, actual activity allocation, RKN. In case of activity based costing, these things will be there. So lots of transaction types are there which will be used. But we have already copied the number range, and that will be used for my purpose. Then I will click on maintain version. So what is the meaning of maintain version? Let us understand. Version means nothing but it is only the plan. Normally every organization, all organizations, they follow the by default version 0. 0 is nothing but it is the plan or actual version. That means there will be a plan and it will be compared with the actual, and variance analysis will come. But in addition to that also, some of the organizations, they can create some more numbers of version. Okay, so therefore more versions means more varieties of data. One is plan and actual. Suppose we create another version, and that is plan version 2, plan version 3, plan version 4. That means sometimes there is a term, you prepare a plan but always keep ready of a second plan or third plan. What does it mean? If the original plan will not work, then you will apply the second number plan. If second number plan will not work, then also you have to keep it in your hand, plan number 3. So in this case, some organization, there will be many versions, many planning options, but we will follow the 0, that is plan or actual version, right? Then click on controlling area settings. In the controlling area settings, we will put my controlling area in this small window and click on continue, right? So this is my plan or actual version. So select this plan or actual version and click on settings for each fiscal year, right? So first of all, whenever plan or actual version is selected, it is showing 5 years past. In India, there was a 5 years planning period. There was a planning commission in India. They always plan for next 5 years. So in SAP also similarly like this, version 0 always shows 5 years as active. That means for this 5 years, you can plan or make actual and make the standard costing. And integrated planning means your planning is connected with the MM module and SD module, production planning module. Because how you are planning, that depends on your material management module or production planning module, where the production happens, because from there lots of data flows to the costing or controlling. See, these are the version logged. Once I log the version, nobody can change the plan figure. Suppose somebody has planned for a cost center that this cost center X amount will be the planning figure for this year. So always the responsible person of that cost center, they should minimize their expenses and put it under that level. So sometimes what happens, they want to manipulate and increase the target, increase the expenses limit. If we select the version logged, those things will not be possible. So this screen is very confidential. If our big from the top of the organization, if planning data is put in the SAP, after that the version becomes logged. We have to log this version so that nobody can change the planning data. So click on save. Once you save, I will click on, do you want to execute the change version function is the in the background? No, I want to have the, okay, let's see, it is making me compulsorily the background activity. I am making the integrated planning. Click on save, click on yes. Okay, it's all right. We can have the background saving. So while background saving, first of all, output device name will come. In standard SAP, LP01 is the standard output device. It is nothing but printer. LP01 is the system printer, by default printer for everybody, because your SAP is not really connected to printer, but a virtual printer name is appearing for the demonstration or practice. Click on continue. Again click on continue. Now click on execute. Okay, so now this plan has been executed, or my version has been executed in the background. Again let us go to that area and see. This was controlling, this was general controlling, then organization. Okay, first of all I create the controlling area, then I maintain the number range, copying from the existing number range, then I select the version. Okay, so what version I have selected? I am selecting the version. Click on the controlling area, again select this one, select setting for each fiscal year, right? This is the status which were there and we control it. Then let us go to the profit center accounting. Okay, I think profit center accounting is not active. We will go and activate the profit center. So let us come back. So I have already created the basic settings of the controlling area, and in this controlling area I have activated that the cost center accounting will be active. So therefore, first of all I will see, this is general controlling, right? After general controlling, that is cost element accounting, and next is your cost center accounting. So let us go to the cost element accounting, that is the beginning. So in the cost element accounting, I click on the master data and I click on the cost element. So now I will create the cost element as well as revenue element, right? So there are three things: automatic creation of primary and secondary cost element, then there is a create cost element. So what is cost element? In the beginning classes I have already told you, the account, GL account, which are called expenses in FI or financials, those are called cost elements in costing or controlling, right? And in FI, the things which are called revenue or income, those are called revenue elements in cost accounting. So cost accounting, the GL account are converted into cost element or revenue element. Is it automatic or is it manually? We have declared that it will be manually. Why? Because there are some cost element or revenue element which are excluded from the cost. Because you know that there is a chapter called differentials or reconciliation between cost and finance. Profit as per cost accounts versus profit as per financial account. Some elements are excluded from the financial account and some elements are excluded from the cost accounts, right? So those things are reconciliations. Those are seen as under reconciliation between financial accounting and cost accounting. So now if I go to the create cost element, I can create from here. Cost elements are two types. One is primary cost element, another is secondary cost element. What is primary cost element? Primary cost element is nothing but these are the GL accounts, that is salary, rent. These are the primary cost element. What is secondary cost element? Secondary cost elements are those elements or those master data which identifies the allocation, apportionment, redistribution purpose in costing. Okay, in costing normally the data or information or cost is allocated from one cost center to another, distributed. Okay, there are different methods of distribution. So for that we have to recognize one master data that is called secondary cost element. So primary cost element and secondary cost element, that is the main difference. Primary cost element is nothing but these are the GL expenses or GL revenue accounts. But secondary cost elements are different, which are created for facilitation of your allocation, apportionment, redistribution, etc., etc. So here I can create the cost element here, or one thing I can do, I will go to the FS00, right? In the FS00, one by one I can convert into cost elements. Suppose this is 7200, right? In the 7200, if I click on the drop down, these are my GL accounts. So first of all, I am making this as cost element. How? I select the basic salary and put enter, right? So after I put enter, then there is a icon called edit cost element. Though it is basic salary account, which is a GL account in FI, but I can make it as a cost element. So click on edit cost element, right? So automatically that GL account number is appearing here, and this is the screen of create cost element. Then valid from 1st April 2022, that is beginning of my financial year. Then click on enter, right? Once I click on enter, what happens? This GL account is automatically converted as cost element, and the description of the GL is also automatically coming here. But the most important thing is we have to declare whether what is the cost element category, which category this cost element pertains. So in the cost element category, in the primary cost element category, there are total 6 varieties. First is primary cost or cost reducing revenue. So any expenses or any kind of discounts or anything, discount allowed, discount given, these are your primary cost or cost reducing revenue. That means there is some cost which always reduce the revenue. So what is that? Discount. Suppose we are giving discount to our customers, then automatically that reduces the revenue, isn't it? If that is not there, our revenue could have been more. So expenses or cost reducing revenue are treated as one cost element category, so which is 1. So this is my cost element category 1. There are other 3 tabs also. One is indicator. Is there any unit of measure, kg or your liter, meter? Is there anything? No. Then default account assignment object, nothing is there. So click on save. So this is something which is now converted into cost element, that is basic salary, right? Let us go to other area. How many of there? Dearness allowance, we can also make it cost element. 100, 101. Click on edit cost element, click on enter. here just select that one, first one, primary cost or cost reducing revenue, then click on save. Similarly, let us go to the creation of third cost elements. Third cost element is your direct wages. Click on edit cost element, click on the master data. This is also cost element category 1. Click on save. So let us go to the next area, that is employer. See, these are some of the GL accounts which includes expenses, revenue, incomes. Actually incomes are not there, and asset and liabilities, these are not part of cost. So the GL accounts which starts from 1 and the GL account which starts from the 2, these are not part of cost. Only the expenses and revenue are the part of cost. So I have already taken some of the expenses account for the purpose of cost accounting, right? So now direct wages also, let us select it as cost element. Okay, fine. So this is also already converted into a cost element, right? So here I have created some of the elements as cost elements, right? Some of the GL accounts as cost elements. So as soon as from this period onwards, today's chapter onwards, whenever I will create one expenses GL or income GL, immediately I will declare it whether it is a cost element or whether it is a revenue element. If it is a cost element, what type of cost element category it is? Is it cost element category 1? Is it cost element category 3? Is it cost element category 11, 21, etc., etc.? So I have to declare here. So when we will thoroughly study the controlling or costing, then I will make you understand all the varieties and their work, and practically I will demonstrate how these are working, how different cost elements are working, what are the purpose of creating those cost element apart from the basic purpose. So let us go to the SAP reference ING, right? So now I will go to the controlling. Here again I click on the cost element accounting. So in the cost element accounting, I have created the sum of the cost elements, right? Okay, then I will go to the cost center accounting, right? In the cost center accounting, it is saying activate cost center accounting in the controlling area. Okay, already cost center accounting is activated in my controlling area, but if somebody has omitted, they have to activate. Where it has to activate, I will show you. 7200, this one, where activation happens. This is the activation area. In this activity, my cost center accounting is already active because I have already activated. So I don't have to do here anything regarding activation because basic things has been activated. Okay, so now I will create my cost center because cost center standard hierarchy is already created. I will go to and create cost center. Okay, so first of all, I will define the standard hierarchy. Actually, standard hierarchy is already created while creating the controlling area, but let us see whether that hierarchy is there or not. So click on define standard hierarchy, right? Here the standard hierarchy is already there, right? I have to give the description. The top of the hierarchy is already there. So I have to give the name here only, cost center standard hierarchy of 7200. That's it. Okay, so this is the standard hierarchy. Okay, fine. This is the top of the hierarchy, 7200 what I had created, right? I can create the cost center from here, but better to create the cost center from the easy access. Come to the accounting, controlling, cost center accounting, master data. Then see, there is also standard hierarchy here. I don't have to make the change, and I will go to the cost center, individual processing, create KS01. Suppose I give the cost center name DPTX, Department X. Valid from date to date is already coming. Click on enter. I am giving it DPT, or I can have the full description Department X, or this is also Department X. Person responsible, the person who is responsible for this cost center. Suppose the name is Mr. X. Then department, it's not compulsory, but these things are compulsory, which is having a tick mark. So cost center category, select. See, there are different cost center category already there in the SAP system itself. One is production cost center, one is service cost center, sales cost center, administrative, management, research and development. So these are different cost center category. Category is nothing but bifurcating the cost center into different groups. Let us select it as one, that is production cost center. Then it is asking hierarchy area. If I click on the drop down, automatically my topmost hierarchy will come 7200, right? Then it is asking for the business area and it is mandatory. So important thing is I can link my cost center with a by default business area. Suppose I am selecting this business area. Okay, then come to the currency. It is asking for a currency. What currency will be used my cost center? I am selecting INR, right? Then click on, see, it is also, we can also link the cost center with the profit center, but as I have not created any profit center, so I make it blank. Later on I will come and link the cost center with the respective profit center. Now I click on save. While saving, it is saying profit center accounting is active but no profit center specified. So don't care for this warning message, click on save, right? So first cost center is created. Let us create the second cost center, Department Y. Second cost center can be created with reference. Reference means just like template. I am giving the reference just now I have created, and this is 7200 is the controlling area. Click enter, right? So everything of Department X, that is copied. I am putting Y here, Mr. Y, and other things are very much same. Click on enter and save. So every profit center is linked with the cost center. As we are not able to give the profit center because profit center we have not created, that's why error is coming. Don't care for the error message. We have successfully created two numbers of cost center, right? Okay, just a minute. Let us change the cost center. In second cost center, my business area becomes same. Let us change the business area. Let us change it to 1000. That's it. Otherwise, okay, don't care for the warning message regarding profit center, and this is set. So always whenever I will create the cost center, profit center is mandatory, but I have not created the profit center. So what I will do, let us go to create the profits, basic settings of the profit center. So click on the profit center, click on the master data, then click on the profit center, individual processing. But before that, here I have to create the standard hierarchy of my profit center. So click on KCH1. Okay, that is create profit center group or profit center standard hierarchy. Let us see. Without standard hierarchy also we can, let us see whether we can create the profit center or not. Okay, let us create the profit center. I am creating the profit center with the same name, Department X, and put enter, right? So it is also possible. I am creating Department X, This is the profit center, the name is department X, person responsible is Mr. X. Here it is asking the profit center group. You can click on the drop down. Okay, no group exists, so we have to create the group first because we have not created any group. Let us come back, create the group, and then create the profit center. So where I can create the group? See, I can create the group here itself, KCH1. Suppose I make the profit center group as say 7200. I am giving it profit center standard hierarchy 7200, right? This is the profit center standard hierarchy 7200, and click on save. Here itself, under this I will create the profit center. So let us create the profit center from that place and assign this under the hierarchy. So individual processing, create. This is department X, this is department X, person responsible Mr. X. Then if I click on the profit center group, the same is also showing profit center group not active. Just a minute, let's see. Just a minute, let us go to and create the profit center group. Let us see, display my profit center group. Okay, this is my profit center group. Okay, let us see the standard hierarchy. Standard hierarchy is, okay, already exists standard hierarchy. Okay, so let us create a profit center group under this standard hierarchy. Put the cursor here. Okay, this is same level, this is lower level, this is insert profit center group at the lower level. So on the over the under the 7200, that is top of the hierarchy, I have to create certain group. Suppose this is the group what I have to create. Just a minute, I am changing the group name, say production. Okay, I am making it the name production profit center. Production profit center of 7200, and let us click on save. Okay, so on the top of the hierarchy I am creating another one. Let us see and again create a master data, that is your profit center. Let us create department X, put it as department X, person responsible Mr. X, then profit center group. It is saying no profit center group exists. One profit center group. Do this by using, okay, let us see. I have already created the standard hierarchy. Standard hierarchy has not been defined in controlling area. I have defined the standard hierarchy, but it is saying no hierarchy is defined. Okay, let us again log on. I think the system needs some synchronization issues. Okay, fine. Here also from financial just a minute, I can have, here is the controlling, that is profit center accounting, master data, enterprise organization, standard hierarchy I have created. Display the standard hierarchy, say 7200. You have not yet created the profit center standard hierarchy. Okay, fine. So let us create it from the customizing area. Let us go to the customization and create the standard hierarchy, because from here itself it is not, even if I am creating, it is not activated. So let us create it from here itself. Profitability analysis, structures, then sorry, not profitability analysis, profit center accounting, then basic settings, then controlling area settings. Already this is okay, fine. So here itself I have to create the standard hierarchy. Mind it, standard hierarchy you have to always create it from the control, from the SPRO. I am giving the standard hierarchy name 7200, selecting internal element, internal business volumes. That means in the same profit center, if many transactions will be there, that will be combined. So it is called elimination of internal business volume. Then profit center local currency, it will be basically our INR, that is our controlling area currency, because our controlling area currency is also INR. Then other things are very much same, no issues. Click on save. Okay, so here profit center standard hierarchy is already created, which was there showing as error. Then set control parameters for actual data. I can come here, click on the new entries button. So all the informations will come to profitability analysis or costing by default from the beginning of the year. Click on save. It is asking for the controlling area 7200 incomplete. Okay, fine. Let us come back. Version I have already created, plan or actual version. Okay, fine. Let us see. Very basic things I am just creating. Later on I will create other things. For the purpose of demonstration of document splitting only, I am creating the controlling. So again go there, create profit center accounting, then master data, individual processing, then we click on create. This is department X, so name is department X, person responsible will be Mr. X. Then it is asking for the profit center group. Okay, so now it is coming. So once I create that standard hierarchy in the customizing screen, everything is coming here. Groups, 2 numbers of groups were there. Suppose I select the production group. Okay, then one more thing here it is asking, which is relating your segment. Okay, segment. What is segment? Segment is nothing but it is the identification for your segment reporting. In any organization, they may have to adopt the segment reporting concept. So segments are linked with the profit center. So there are 3 things. Cost center is linked with the profit center. Profit center is linked with the segment. Let us just do it again. Profit center, first of all, profit center linked with cost center. Okay, again profit center is linked with segment. Okay, so otherwisely I can say profit center, cost center and segment, they are interrelated, linked with each other. How this is possible? See, it is asking for the segment. What is the name of the profit center? The name of the profit center is department X. I have not created any segment, so that's why I am not doing anything. So I will create the segment, again assign here, but now my profit center is in inactive status. So how to make it active? Click on this crackers button. Once I click on this crackers button, then it will give me some message regarding the segment. Don't care for the message, click on enter. So now my profit center has been created. So we can see it display. See, this is the profit center which is already active, right? So my profit center is active now. Let us create another screen. Let us create another screen. These screens are really not opening and giving me some kind of shadow. Okay, fine. So here I was creating cost center account, cost center. So let us come to the cost center, individual processing, display. I have also created one cost center. So in my cost center, one cost center, two numbers of cost center I have created. In this cost center, what happened? There was a requirement of profit center here. Okay, this is my cost center, but cost center has to be linked with a profit center. But as I had not created any profit center, so linking was not possible. See, here in the profit center, it requires to link a segment. Because I have not created any segment, I could not link it. Now I have created the department X. So in this case, I can link it with the respective cost center. Department X is also a profit center. Department X is also a cost center. So let us link the profit center department X with the cost center department X. Click on the cost center, change. Again enter. So now it is converted into white patches. That means this field can be populated. Click on the drop down. So click on the department X, click on save. Click on save. Okay. So my cost center is now changed. So I have linked my cost center department X with profit center department X, right? Similarly, another thing I can do. What I can do? I have to link my profit center with the segment. So let us create a segment first. Where we will create a segment? Very simple. We will go to the SPRO, SAP reference IMG. This is also an organizational structure, segment. This segment is created for the purpose of accounting standard, segment reporting. So let us create segment. And link it with the profit center. Profit center is linked with the cost center master data, as well as profit center master data is linked with the segment. So that's why everything is linked. I will go to the enterprise structure, definitions, financial accounting, then I will click on define segment. There are already so many segments created. I will create two numbers of segment. Say laptop, that means product wise. Suppose my organization is creating laptops and desktops. So I am creating two numbers of segment. That is laptop segment of 7200. Similarly, desktop segment of 7200. Then click on save. Save in your request, right? So two numbers of segment I have created. Suppose this profit center I want to link it with laptop. So this is in the display mode. I have to click on profit center, change, and click on enter. Here the system is now allowing you. Click on the drop down. Now I will select laptop, right? Once I select laptop, then I will click on save. Once I save, it will say inactive status. Though it is changed, but it is in inactive status. Now click on activate. Once I click on the activate, if I want to see, then I see the profit center is active. Unless and until your profit center is not active, data cannot be posted, right? So I created one profit center department X. Let us create another profit center, right? So create another profit center, give the name as department Y, copy it from the department X, which is already created. Now click on enter. So now change it to department Y, change it to Mr. Y, change it to desktop. Click on enter, and see, this is in inactive status. So click on activate. Okay, suppose I want to see again, I can have profit center display, enter. See, department Y profit center is also active, which is linked to segment desktop. Now I have also cost center department Y. So that cost center department Y must be linked with the profit center department Y. So let us change the cost center department Y. I put department Y and enter. Here I have to link the profit center. The name of my profit center which will be linked here is department Y. So link it with department Y and save. Click on yes, right? So what happens, I have already created segment, profit center and cost center. I have also converted some of the GL accounts into cost elements. So perhaps my very basic understanding, basic master data of costing or controlling has been created, right? So once my basic master data of costing or controlling has been created, then I can demonstrate the document splitting concept in financial accounting. See, in previous classes, whatever entries I have passed in the financial accounting, those entries were very simple entries in FI without any account assignment object. What is the meaning of account assignment object? Suppose we are incurring some expenses. That expenses must be pertains to one respective cost center or respective business area or respective segment. It is a must. But as we have not activated the basic customizations of controlling or cost accounting as well as segment, so in any case I was avoiding those things. But for demonstration of document splitting concept, it is always required to activate the respective cost center, profit center as well as segment, because you have to prepare segment wise balance sheet, segment wise profit and loss account. You have to prepare profit center wise balance sheet, profit center wise profit and loss account for your organization. Segment reporting, that means segment balance sheet, segment profit and loss account has to be prepared, which is mandatory as per the Ind AS or as per the Companies Act. And profit center wise balance sheet, profit center wise PL account is a requirement of management, okay, internal management. So for demonstration of the segment reporting, that is segment wise balance sheet and segment wise profit and loss account, what we require, each and every transaction in SAP has to be posted segment wise. For segment wise profit center wise balance sheet and profit and loss account also, we require profit center wise posting of all the line items. Then only profit center wise PL account and profit center wise balance sheet will be possible, and segment wise balance sheet, segment wise profit and loss account is possible. Okay, so document splitting always helps in those demonstrations. So in this class I have demonstrated so many things, so I am not starting the document splitting configurations no more, and in the next class we will start the basic customizations and demonstration of document splitting. basing on this profit center segment, right? Because our purpose is to that each and every GL account or each and every posting in financial accounts is to be as per the respective segment or as per the respective profit center, right? So that's why I have created the basic customizations here. Next class tomorrow I will demonstrate the document splitting process, and document splitting helps us to prepare segment wise profit and loss account and segment wise balance sheet, uh, segment wise profit and loss account and balance sheet, in addition to profit and loss account and balance sheet as per profit center wise. Okay, one is the requirement of Ind AS Companies Act, another is requirement of management, right? So I am closing the session. I will send you the recordings, and in the next class we will meet with the document splitting concept. Good night to all of you.